guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video has been a super highly requested video for the longest time. I'm not ignoring you guys. I have filmed this video and I filmed it twice. This is like one of the longest videos to film, and unfortunately the first time I erased some of my footage, which meant I had to film again, but the second time I refilmed, half of the video was out of focus. I'm just saying a little prayer that this video is in focus and that I don't accidentally delete footage. So if you're watching this video right now, then all went well and third time's the charm. So we all know why we're here. As you may or may not know, MAC Cosmetics is one of my all-time favorite brands. Sorry, I keep touching my face. I have itches on my face. I would consider myself a MAC fanatic, even it's in my username of my channel. So I really love MAC. It's not one thing that I can say I love about MAC, it's everything as a whole. I have the most makeup from MAC, so it was really difficult for me to limit this down. I'm well aware that when you go into MAC, the music is like and you feel like you're, what am I at? Am I partying? Am I shopping? What am I doing? And you don't know what to buy because you're just so kind of overconsumed with the amount of product. You're shoving your way in front of the lipsticks, you're trying to swatch them, you can't remember what the swatch was. So I always have a list in my phone of things that I need, things that I want. So I literally go to the girl, I'm like, I need this, this, this and this. I don't even swatch, I just get my stuff and I get out of there. So without further ado, I'm going to get into my top MAC picks. Anyway, the first three products I want to talk about are not technically makeup products, but they're kind of essentials, and I feel like these are kind of things that I always repurchase and make sure I have them. The first thing I want to talk about is the MAC strobe cream, and I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before. I use this for two different things. One, I use it as an all over base before I apply my foundation, and the second thing is I mix it in with my foundation and then it adds like a luminescent glow. You can use this on top of your foundation to add a glow or highlight to your makeup look, but I haven't done that. I recommend going for the smaller strobe cream because it is the cheapest one. It's about tenner for this, and then for the larger size, which is only 20 mils more, you're paying €30. I'm sure you know what strobe cream looks like. It has this luminescent glow to it, as you can see there. So like I said, I use it as an all over base or mix it in with my foundation. What is that dog doing? It seems like he's like tearing the house down. The next product I recommend getting is the MAC's brush cleanser. Now I know you're probably thinking it's a brush cleaner, I can use, you know, fairy wash up liquid or whatever it may be, but this is just ideal for spot cleaning. This is one of the best brush cleaners I have ever purchased. Now it's expensive, I think it's about €15. You are paying for quality. This is a really good quality product. It's brilliant if you're doing makeovers and you're spot cleaning in between, or if you're kind of just want to spot clean your own brushes because you're only using them on yourself. It's great to kind of just spot clean on the go. I just don't know what's in this, but it's like a miracle wonder product. It has a lovely cleanliness smell as well. The next product is Max Fix Plus. Now this is actually one of the old containers. It's now in a frosted container. This product lasts for ages. I use this for a couple of different things. The first thing I will use it for is if I just want to spritz it over my face. It's not a fixing spray, so it won't prolong the life of your makeup. It will just kind of give your makeup like a little bit more of a glow, or you can spray it on your face before you apply your makeup. The second thing I use this for is to mix with my loose pigments. So any pigment, it doesn't matter what pigment or what brand it's from, mix this with the loose pigment and it just makes it a little bit more tackier, makes it easy to apply in the lid, and it kind of foils the pressed pigment so that it kind of illuminates a little bit more. So I absolutely adore this for that reason, and it's something that I continuously pick up. I just can't live without it in my collection. If you want, you can also get this in a smaller 10 mil size. I think it is. I think it's 10 or maybe 30 mil size for like €10. So I'm just going to talk about two liquid face products first off, and these are like my holy grail products from MAC for my base. Like these are what I go to all the time and what I repurchase constantly. The first one is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm in the colour number NW20. I use this for underneath my eyes. It doesn't crease, it doesn't budge, it doesn't fade, it just works. And when you put this on, it's like concrete. It does not budge or move. For sweat-proof makeup or anything like that, I recommend this for your under eye concealer. It just works, and I constantly repurchase it. The next product is the Studio Fluid Fix Foundation, and I'm in the colour NC37. So I know that seems like a very dark shade, but it matches me. I love this for the summer months because it kind of mattifies me a little bit. I get a little bit oily in the summer months, especially around my my T-zone. It also is really long lasting power, and it just is kind of one of those foundations that you won't need to like reapply or blot or anything like that. It's just a really good formulated foundation. I have gotten a couple of breakouts over the last few years from using this, but not in recent times, so I don't blame him and I love him again. I don't really have a favorite like pressed powder for all over my face, but I do have my mineralized skin finishes. So I have 3 that I go between all the time, and 2 are darker color and 1 is a lighter color. The lighter color is called Light. I use this to set my under eye area and just to brighten up because it is extremely light. So as you can see, it doesn't match my skin tone, but it does a fantastic job at setting my under eye. The other 2 are in dark and Give Me Sun. Give Me Sun looks like this, and dark, as you can see, is in the old packaging, looks like that. I love these 2 for the summer months because they are gorgeous, finely milled powders, and they're just really nice to apply as a bronzer. Give Me Sun is the one I've been kind of been going towards a lot lately, and then I have the dark one that I've used I think throughout my entire teenage life. When I was younger, when I used to use this, I actually used to take a big brush and brush this all over my face. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's the way I used to wear it. Now the way I use these products is I literally take like a small amount of them and I will use them as my contour product. I will lightly dust underneath my cheekbones and I would lightly dust it across the tops of my forehead. It doesn't matter which one I go for. I love them both the same. It just comes off like a gorgeous you've been to the pool type of look, and it's not really too full on in your face. So that's why I love these as bronzers. The next 2 face products I absolutely adore are MAC's Mineralize Skin Finishes, and these are different to the Skin Finish Naturals as these are kind of more for highlighting. This is what they both look like. My 2 favorite ones are MAC's Perfect Topping, which is unfortunately limited edition, and the other one is in the permanent collection, and this is MAC's Soft and Gentle. So what I do with these is I literally apply them to the highest parts of my face, kind of like over my brow. Perfect Topping is my favorite out of the 2, but it's more of a pink shade, so it comes across really beautiful on the skin and you look like a Victoria's Secret model when you use this. This one is Soft and Gentle. It's in the really old packaging. I've had this for yonkers. This is a little bit more shimmery than Perfect Topping, but I still adore it. So I'm going to stay with face products. I'm going to talk about blushers next, and I have 4 that I really like. Only one that I have from the Mineralize collection is this one, and it is Gentle, and it is by far one of my all-time favorite blushes. I recommend this to everybody. It works on light to dark skin because it is a buildable color, so it doesn't come off quite as pink as it looks. You can build it up to that intensity. The next blushes are all from their regular line, and the first one I'm going to talk about is this scary color here, and this one here is Dollymix. It's a sheer tone blush, so it will not come off that pink. Again, that's Gentle on the top there. I don't know if you can see, and then Dollymix is just underneath. They are really generous swatches. I've hit pan on this twice. This is my second one, so that'll show you how much I adore this blush. The next blusher again is from the regular line, and this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the color Style. It's this gorgeous coral color. It reminds me a little bit of NARS's Orgasm. It has an ever so slightly gold reflex to it, like similar to Orgasm, and I just think it is such a pretty blush. As you can see, I've hit pan on this, so I really must adore it. And then the final color I have here is Some Basque, and I absolutely love this color. Some Basque was one of the first blushes I ever bought, and it was thanks to little Kiva. She raved about this blush and I had to pick it up. It's a sheer tone blush again, but it's like a terracotta type color, and this is just so amazing in the summer months when my skin is tanned. I just absolutely adore wearing this. It just really brings out the rest of my makeup look. It's an insanely beautiful blush. So next I'm going to move on to eye product. You will notice I don't have any eyeliners in this. The reason why is I just don't gravitate towards them as much as I do with my other eyeliners. But something that I do love and do gravitate towards a lot is their paint pot. I have 3 in particular that I go like back and forward between. First one, and kind of my most used one, would be a Paint Early, and it looks like this. It's a slight pink undertone to it. It's just one of the most amazing bases ever. You need a very light hand with this. Too much of it can crease on you. The reason why I would use Paint Early is to basically prolong the life of my eyeshadow. So if I want my eyeshadow to last all day, all night, I would go with Paint Early. If I don't want it to crease, I would go with Paint Early. If I want it to stay real vibrant and in your face, I would go with Paint Early. 2 other ones that I absolutely adore are this one Indian Wood and this one Constructivist. So Constructivist is a really deep dark base, and the Indian Wood is a gorgeous golden base. I'll just show you Constructivist. So this would be something that I would use if I was going for a dark smoky eye, so I'm using kind of like browns and blacks. The next one is Indian Wood, and just look at that. I love to use this if I'm using gold shadows. I don't know if you'll be able to see that that there, but it's what I would describe as between a gold and a bronze type of shadow. The next things that I absolutely adore from MAC are their pigments. I have so many MAC pigments and these are my top favorite ones. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is this gorgeous copper color. I use my MAC Fix Plus with this as well just before I place it onto my eyelid. I do have a tutorial using this, but I want to make another one because it is a really special color. The next color I have here is called chocolate brown color, so I don't know if you can see it there. The thing I love about MAC's pigments is no matter how much you use them, they never seem to waste. They like last and last forever. The next one I love is vanilla. So yeah, it looks like a plain old white color and you're looking at me going, why would I even be interested in that? But it is sensationally beautiful. You can use this in the corner of your eye to like brighten up your eye. You can use it underneath the brow bone. You can use it as a highlighter over the cupid's bow. Umpteen amount of choices with it, but it is a beautiful color. It has slight bits of gold to it as well, so it does look white here, but when you swatch it, it's like cream color with iridescence of gold in it. The final pigment that I recommend is my favorite, and this is tan pigment. I use this pigment to death. I have a tutorial using it and I will link it down below. It is one of the most unique colors. I know Amber Rush from L'Oreal, the pressed pigment, is similar to this. It's even more intensely beautiful than Amber Rush, and I use it all over my lid with like a bit of brown in through the crease and you're good to go. Like, it's a really quick and easy shadow to use on the go, and I just think there's just something really special about it. I'm only going to talk about one mascara because there's only one mascara that I like from MAC, and this is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and this is just amazing. It has the teeny tiniest little wand, so it's great to get right to the root of your lashes. It separates them, it like makes them more voluminous. It's just amazing and makes you look like you've tons of lashes as well. So moving on to eyeshadows. Now this was one of the hardest kind of categories for me to narrow down, and I don't really think I got to narrow down anything. This palette that I created myself is one of my favorite palettes that I have, and it's one that I reach for quite frequently, and every single shadow in it is unique and beautiful and I love. I do recommend though, if you are going to MAC and you are starting out with shadows, that you get what I call kind of staple shadows. So I have 5 staple shadows to recommend, kind of based on whatever skin tone you are. First one I recommend is Kid, and this would be for lighter skin tones, and it's great to use in the crease as a transition color. The next one up is Cork. Now this is the one that I gravitate towards a lot. It's like 3 shades darker than my natural skin tone, so it's really pretty to place in the crease and blend out as a transition color. And then another color I recommend is Texture. So Texture, where these two are more of cool tones, Texture is slightly more warm. I would either go with Texture or I would go with Cork, depending if you like a cooler or a warm toned color. Again, sticking with the transition colors, another one I love is Swiss Chocolate and Embark. So Embark is definitely like a deep dark color. It's not going to be a transition color, it's going to be more of a definition color, so defining the outer V of on the eye, defining the crease. And Swiss Chocolate is definitely one of my all-time favorite MAC shadows. It's one that I go towards a lot. Another shadow that I do recommend from MAC is this one down here, which is called All That Glitters. I adore this one here, which is called Satin Taupe. Amber Lights, Coppering, this one here, which is called Blank Type. Another one of my all-time favorite MAC shadows is this one. It's Sketch. It's one of my all-time favorite MAC shadows. If I lost all my MAC makeup in the morning, this would be one of the first things I would go and get. That and Perfect Topping highlighter. I love my purple eyeshadows as it is, but this one is just something really special about it. The other 2 eyeshadows that I recommend are Sumptuous Olive, and this one is, what are we called, Antiqued. I'm not going to go into too much detail about my favorite lipsticks. I will link the video down below, but 3 lipsticks that I didn't include in that, I have them here, and the first one is Velvet Teddy. When I first used this, I was like, not really that keen on it, but more and more that I'm using it, the more I'm falling in love with it. It is a beautiful brown color. It's just kind of that 90s style lip. The next color I absolutely am loving is Pure Zen. This was actually a limited edition from the Marilyn Monroe collection, and they brought it out in the permanent line, and it's just an insanely beautiful peachy nude type of color. And the last lipstick that I recommend is Blankety. I've only recently discovered this lipstick and I'm like, where have you been all my life? It is so beautiful. It's a nude brown, but it is a really wearable nude brown. I find it very difficult to pull off nude lipsticks, and this is like my jam. This is my jam. This is an amplified lipstick, so it has really got a bit of oomph to it, and I think it is a perfect lipstick to wear with MAC Strip Down, MAC Swirl. It is just a perfect lipstick. For lip glosses, I've only two that I recommend. One is a lip glass, and it is in the color Pink Lemonade, and it's just so pretty. It's this coral pink color. It's more of an orangey coral than a pinky coral, but it is really pretty on the lips, beautiful for the summertime, and just one that I really highly recommend. I love Creme Cup on my lips and this over, and I think it gives a beautiful summer combo. And the next one is Boy Bait. It looks very plain, boring in the tube, but on your lips it comes alive. If you want that pouty, full looking lips, this is the lip gloss to go for, because it is just a beautiful consistency. It looks so nude, but there is a ever so slight touch of pink to it, and just gives a gorgeous appearance to your lip. This is one of the most difficult things that I had to try and narrow down, and that is my lip liners. I have, this is not even like a quarter of them. I have at least 30 MAC lip liners, and I love each and every single one of them. Like, I mean, they're my go-to lip liners. They're so long lasting, they're so creamy, they're amazing on the lips. I just absolutely adore them. Hands down, MAC makes the best lip liners. I can't pick my favorite lip liners, but I can pick a few. But the first one is Oak. I absolutely adore it. It's this gorgeous nude 90s lip. Another one that I love is Strip Down. I don't know if you can see from the top of them, but they are very similar in color. Like, if you have one, you don't need both. I need both because I use both for like with different lipsticks, and I just gravitate towards them for different occasions, etc. But they are very similar. Like, I do recommend not getting both. Two other lip liners I really want to mention are Whirl and Soar. Yes, they are the Kylie Jenner lip liners. See, everyone mad for these. I've had them for longer than I care to imagine. I just absolutely adore them. Whirl is definitely my favorite lip liner from MAC, and then Soar is just a beautiful pink nude color. It's very unique, very different. I don't have anything like it in my collection. Three other lip liners that I absolutely adore would be Subculture, Boldly Bare, and Hover. Hover is like a darker version of Whirl. Boldly Bare is like a pinky brown. Really nice to create any sort of nude lip. And then Subculture is just your plain old run-of-the-mill, middle of the road brown nude. And it is, there's nothing amazing, nothing fascinating about it. But again, the formulation of the MAC lip liners is what kind of makes me always go back and buy more. And then for my dark lip liners, I absolutely adore Currant, I love Burgundy, and I love Night Moth. They are like three of my favorites that I constantly pick up, and they're ones that I wear with like things like MAC Diva, with Wet n Wild, Cherry Bomb, stuff like that. These are the lip liners that I continuously pick up, and these are my favorite. Okay, I can take a breather now. I actually have a pain in my throat from talking for so much. I'm so sorry guys that this video is probably like years and years long, but I just couldn't cut it down anymore. I was trying to talk as quick and snappy as I could, so I wanted to get through all the products. So I hope you guys found some products that maybe you'd like to try. If you have any questions in regards to any of those products, let me know down below or ask me down below, and I'll try and answer as much as I can. And thank you so much guys for being patient with me with this video. I know it's been a long time coming. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in my next video then. Mwah! Bye!